In the words of an ancient Chinese philosopher, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. You are to be commended for taking the first step of being here. If you're watching this video, chances are because you feel a need to improve your confidence level. And who doesn't? You need to know that you are amongst millions of people who suffer from self-doubt, fears of inadequacy, feelings of worthlessness, and unhealthy self-criticism. You are not alone in your journey, and I honor you for being here. You see, my work is to help you overcome your self-doubt, change your limiting beliefs about yourself, rip off those old labels you identify with, like I'm not good enough, I'm lazy, I'm not athletic, whatever it is, right? It's time to start working on yourself and creating new and enjoyable life for yourself, because that's possible and you deserve it. Two things need to happen while you set your sight on destroying self-doubt and gathering confidence and self-esteem. One, you need to write down your goals, high goals that you want to accomplish and those that you stopped yourself from accomplishing so far. Second, a commitment to acting on these goals on a daily basis. Take a small step each day, and I will post the link to my last video about this below in the comments. See, your self-doubt and fears were not built overnight, and you didn't build it on purpose. So give yourself some love and know that just like you learned the self-doubts, you can unlearn them and then learn confidence and resilience instead. You could be someone who feels confident in some areas of your life, for example. But in other parts, you find yourself perplexed because you wonder, how could I feel confident in my work, for example? But I doubt myself in romantic relationships, in friendships, and in social interactions. Or you could be someone that says, I feel great around other people. I know exactly what I want, what I don't want in a romantic partner, and I'm just good with that. But I cannot figure out why I feel so intimidated and can't seem to ask for a raise or speak up for what I deserve at work, or even speak up and share my opinions in a meeting. So there are many reasons why we have developed self-doubt and underdeveloped our confidence, right? For example, our family life has had a great influence on our current life. Without getting into too many details about that in this video, let me just highlight some unhealthy characteristics that come from our family structures. They could be insecurities, victim mentality, lack of respect for yourself and others, irresponsibility, uncaring and unable to give and receive love, the feeling of loneliness and fear of being alone, untrusting and unsure of identifying your feelings and how to control them. Now, you may not connect with all of those characteristics, and that's okay. It's just a list. But if there's a few on that list that you connected with or you're curious about, I highly suggest that you start thinking about how you want to work on dissolving those issues. Because if they continue to go on, it will cause more issues and more pain in your life. And there's also other resources that contribute to your self-doubt, but like I said, I don't really want to get into too much of that in this video, and there's also other times that we can talk about that. What's important and what our intention is to let go of the old, right? Those old stories, old beliefs, old identities, and recognize and work through all the emotions that are attached to those olds, right? My favorite way of thinking about this, and what I always tell my clients, is let's look at it as spring cleaning. Like literally cleaning and dusting and purging everything, right? I need you to understand how I work with my clients, because I am not a traditional clinician and coach. By cleaning the past, I do not mean that we will go back to the past and dig up all those memories and pains and live in that state. There are times where it's necessary to highlight what might have been in the past that is a blocking factor in your life now. However, I don't believe we should stay there and live and talk about it to death. We know the past exists. What matters is how are we going to accept it for what it is, because we can't change the past, right? And learning how to utilize parts of what has happened in the past and not allow it to limit us. It will allow us to learn how to grow and thrive from the past. You may be asking yourself, why is it so hard to overcome my self-doubt? I've tried. Why is it so hard to move beyond the thoughts of some of these past experiences? Why is it so hard to believe that I can do and have anything I want? The most important reason is repetition. You keep repeating your old stories, your past, and your negative self-talk. That voice appears when it's afraid, lonely, sad, anxious, and depressed. And it stalks you, and it will stop you from living your life. Confidence can only come from inside. It's from inner acceptance and approval. If self-approval does not exist within you, you will continue to have mental and emotional blocks and have barriers in front of you. In my work as a therapist and a coach, and in my own personal life journey, as I took the path to entrepreneurship, I found that understanding something intellectually is often the first step towards change. Because we develop confidence when we understand how something is supposed to be done. For me, I wasn't trained on how to run a business, so I had to learn. I had to seek other resources to help me develop that new muscle, and I had to work at it. So it's the same thing with overcoming mental and emotional blocks. For example, if you drive a car, most of us do, you are most likely confident in your ability to drive the car now than you were in the past. In fact, you're so confident that while you drive your car, you talk on your cell phone, sing a song, curse out the slow driver in the fast lane, put on your makeup without being aware of all the things that you've done, and you get to your destination without a blink of an eye. But when you first started learning how to drive a car, you thought you would never be able to do that. You were scared and had no idea how you were going to get on the freeway or figure out how to get to places safely and confidently. But you learned, right? And it's become second nature. Similarly, understanding why you feel defeated, inferior, or worthless helps you realize what the problem is and makes it easier to take the steps you need to raise your confidence level and your self-esteem. Because confidence comes from knowledge, but self-doubt is from the fear of failure, the fear of the past experiences happening again, the fear that you keep telling your brain and heart about over and over again. One of the greatest issues people have is the belief in themselves, and also comparison to others, which is a whole different topic that we're going to talk about. You think, I don't know that I have the same mental capacity and abilities, so I envy someone who's doing what I want to do and feel bad about myself. This is coming from a place of self-doubt and fear. Only you have the power to change your life, my dear. And I will give you the tools and teach you the new skills, but it won't matter if you and I don't have your commitment, right? And one of the most important factors to change is awareness. So if you're interested in changing some of your negative and unhealthy behaviors, think about making a list about that. And the topics, and pay attention to the topics below. Make a list on this. Make a list of the behaviors you wish to change. Think about why the behaviors are unhealthy. Make a list of how the behaviors can or has so far cost you. Make a list of how the behaviors have affected you in all areas of your life. And then lastly, seek professional counseling, coaching to assist you with the changes, because sometimes making those changes is a little challenging by yourself. I also want you to think about the benefits of overcoming self-doubt and getting out of your own way, because that is the best feeling ever. So here are 5 top benefits that highlight self-confidence. You're more secure in what you want to do and how you want to show up to the world. You're able to overcome adversities and setbacks way more easier. You're able to forgive yourself and others. You take better care of your physical and mental health. You're more optimistic, happier, and able to give yourself and others everything that you feel like you deserve. And a bonus one, you're able to take responsibility for your own thoughts, actions, and indeed your life. How amazing. So if you're ready, if you want to stop feeling bad about yourself and finally create the positive changes in your life, click on the link below and schedule a discovery call to see if you and I are the right fit for each other. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe so other people can also benefit from this information. And as always, don't forget to be kind to yourself and all those around you.